tried to kill you!
Who killed me? That's right. I remember. Their name. Yasu. Hiro.
Hero? Oh. His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
You have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins, no calcium in your bones. At least you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Going out of his way to return just to leave us with those unnecessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yasuhiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yasuhiro Hagakure. That is the only person he could have been referring to.
So, in other words...
And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people, and even killing Taka and Hifumi, and then going so far as to hide their bodies? A criminal that hides his face behind a mask and uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers? Is that what Hiro is?
What is this?
If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way can I ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends.
That's fine.
Anyway, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Although this time it's not all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. We have to go through this one more time. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this, to make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it! Investigation time. First, I'd better check the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it?
Very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information this time than before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened than the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe.
Well,
There's something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko?
perhaps.
Without a doubt, she has an alibi for when Celeste and Hifumi were attacked. But what if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma!
Don't be rude! I'm here to answer your question! What question?
Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first-class trial.
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
In other words,
In other words. So basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's no gratification in it.
So then...
So are you saying nobody worked together this time either?
hey,
Sorry, can't answer that. It would obstruct the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget. No matter how much you might assist in a murder, only one blackened can graduate. An accomplice gets nothing.
So in other words,
There's so many in other words. Then we only need to figure out who that one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal.
Well,
Okay. Let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what you need to determine is the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action.
The true blackened? So just one person.
well now.
That's enough for explainifying. Now it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all of the contestants.
So there can only be one blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see any way Kyoko would be connected to this case after all. You may be right. If that's true, then Kyoko, where are you?
However,
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's get back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible. But for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
You know, don't you think we should consider a certain someone a suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack.
What?
What? I'm offended.
You. When did you...
I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found.
You SOB!
Anyway, you there, milk sack swimmer girl.
Huh?
Milk sack?
You've gotta be kidding!
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm like a special guest suspect every time? I have an alibi, you know.
She's right about that. When we heard Hifumi scream, she was with me. And when the bodies disappeared, she was still lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I can't imagine any way she would have been able to move Hifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone when everyone knows what I look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
What are you saying?
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On another topic, should we post a guard by the bodies like before? We can't have them disappearing again.
so then,
Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina?
Sure, I'd be totally useless on the investigation anyway.
It's all clear now.
Then that's that. Let us begin. This whole thing is so strange. All but one of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Yeah, me too. Okay, truth bullets. Let's do some investigation. Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monokuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. We found Justice Hammer 4 near his body in the equipment room. Is that what was used to kill him? And there's a tarp laid out under his body. Did the killer use this to move Taka's body? That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. But there was blood. There was blood left behind. Hifumi's big, cold body is laying on the floor. His really big body. I mean, how on earth was the killer able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office where he was discovered to here, the repository. All the way from the first floor to the third, and all without anyone noticing it. How the hell? It's no good, I just don't get it. I can think about it later. For now, I have to finish investigating Hifumi himself. If I remember correctly, Hifumi's fatal injury was also a blow to the head. Probably from Justice Hammer 3, which was laying on the floor in the nurse's office. Huh? Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. Something about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus his body right now. That's it! His glasses! When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. They're not here. Does that mean someone wiped his glasses off? But who would do that, and why? Interesting. Anything else I can see? It's a dolly, doesn't have a handle. I saw this in the art room before. I guess it's used to move statues around. It's kind of awkward, but if you bend down, it's not too hard to use. Huh, but wait. Wasn't this in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? And look at the wheel. There's a blood stain on it. So there's blood on the wheel of the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What's the explanation for that? Okay. Interesting. Anything else? Okay. This, obviously. There are hammers of all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? Could the Justice Hammers have been designed using these as a model? No, I think they were actually taken and then painted, because some are obviously missing. Either way, all the hammers here have obviously seen a lot of use. They're all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait, for some reason this one hammer isn't dirty at all, and it's wet. Did someone wash it recently? Okay. A spotless hammer. I thought there would be more to that, but... Okay. I guess it would be useful to get, alibis. Byakuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders and disappearances all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Hifumi said when he died... Yeah, he said Hiro's name.
So, in other words...
Then there is no room to suspect anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why would he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought that no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, you see. I mean, he is kinda dumb, but do you really think that's enough to explain it? I feel like there's a clue hiding in there somewhere.
What?
And is that it? That's all that bothers you about the case? Well, no, there are a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? They probably figured that if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why'd they bother killing 2 people?
What?
Because all the rule says is, if you can kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, your #1 priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances you'll get found out.
I see.
Hold on. Perhaps... I see. So that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Huh? What's with that attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. His mysterious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figured something out. But if he did, would it have killed him to tell me what it was? No, because of course not. We wouldn't have a mystery to solve.
So,
Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Hifumi's and Taka's bodies disappeared, we split up to look around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together.
But...
And we came right to the repository to, look around. But when we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. Yeah, I was wondering about that. It was locked. And we came here as soon as the search started, so there's no way someone could have beat us here. So if that's true, then who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? I wonder the same thing. The door was locked when the search for the bodies began, but now it's wide open. There might be some secret lurking in there, but I'll probably have to leave this area to figure it out. Okay. There are many suspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be good to look back on everything that's happened.
So then...
Would you like my help? Yeah, please. Yeah, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met up at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for the others, but nobody showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when we began our search. And soon after we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and lay unconscious for about an hour. In other words, she was attacked an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo-Justice. It also became clear that this Robo-Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting up with Toko and Byakuya, we began searching for the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. But not long after leaving the nurse's office... What's wrong?
I saw a shadow, something moving around at the top of the stairs.
Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor, where we... Sorry, I got a little something in my throat. Based on Celeste's claims, we went back up to the 2nd floor, where we split up and began searching. Then right after that...
Celeste screamed. This time she had apparently seen the suspect on the 3rd floor.
Hearing her screams, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor.
Celeste, what's wrong?
That was a rather intense scream for someone like you.
I saw him, that strange costumed man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
And then...
Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Hifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
At that point, we decided to split into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, you, Byakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect up on the 3rd floor. And when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi's corpse, which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell the others what had happened.
However...
But at that same time, we had discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body discovery announcement play right after finding Taka. And that's when I showed up and told you and Byakuya that Hifumi had been killed, right? Then you, me, and Byakuya all headed back to the nurse's office, leaving behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd just arrived to tell us something very unusual.
Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was, in fact, gone. Then we remembered we had abandoned the unconscious Toko and rushed back to the equipment room. This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? This time, Taka's body had disappeared, so from there we began our search for both of the missing bodies. And after some time, Celeste told us she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. And there we rediscovered the 2 bodies that had apparently vanished. And that brings us up to now.
However...
Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, I guess that was there as a recap for anybody who kind of forgot what happened. There's only one way in and out of this room, through the door that Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it can only be locked from inside the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. The door can only be locked from inside the repository, which makes me wonder, Hina and Sakura confirmed that the door was locked after we started looking for the missing bodies. So there's a hidden passage in here. And the door is designed so that it can only be locked from inside. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. But Hina claims that there's no way someone could have beaten him to the repository, so that certain someone... Okay. There's gotta be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There are some places I already know about. First, the nurse's office, where Hifumi was found. Then the equipment room, where Taka was found. Okay. So the hearses. Okay, so the nurse's office and then the equipment. Let's head to the equipment room. Since we're up here on this floor. Okay. Okay.
I was sleeping right here when the killer carried the body away.
What?
I'm super pissed I missed such an ultimately rare event.
Yeah, okay. Huh? This tarp? I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and just recently, too. Nice. Okay. Let's look at the hammer. Justice Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was just left here. Nothing around here except for the bloodstain. There's some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me, about the dolly in the repository. There was blood on its tire. Could that blood have come from here? Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository using the dolly. Both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so that should definitely have been possible. Alright. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Hifumi? Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with a dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. Well, that's still a total mystery. Yeah. Okay, nothing else here. So, time to go see the nurse's office. Wait, will it let me leave, actually? Okay, I guess it will. Alright. Here we go. And the nurse's office. Okay. Hey, Celeste. What are you investigating, Celeste?
I am not investigating anything, precisely speaking. I am simply going around seeing if Hero might be hiding somewhere. What about you?
Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing on my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, eh?
When it disappeared, you were supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. But she seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom.
And when you got back, the body was gone?
We could not have been gone for more than a minute or two, though.
Yeah, Hina said the same thing. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time?
Indeed.
It would seem so.
To carry off someone as big as Hifumi in only a couple of minutes is... I can't think of it as anything less than impossible. Alright. Anything in particular? Is there anything in the trash can? There's something inside. It's too small to be a handkerchief. It's a glasses cleaning cloth. And it's got some kind of cartoon character on it. Ah, but it's also covered in blood.
Oh.
Ah, did you find something? Yeah, there was a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
A cleaning cloth? And it's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have used it to wipe up some blood. But who would need to do something like that? I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me either, but I think it might be important. Alright. And... oh, the last thing, really. Oh, okay. Let me see this. Justice Hammer 3, the one that was used to kill Hifumi. Someone moved the body but left the weapon behind. A refrigerator. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe just a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets in here for blood transfusions, I guess. Blood packets? What if Hifumi was faking? What if Hifumi was faking this? Huh. Could very well be possible that this blood is not from them. Just saying. I think that was everything?
Yeah.
Okay.
Indeed.
Alright. Yeah, I guess. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I wanted to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game of ours very interesting indeed. You should go to Hero's room. Oh, and let me give you this. Meet in the dining hall. This is the note Hero wrote. This is the note Hero wrote to us to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyway, this makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things grow ever more exciting. What are you talking about? I've already repaid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Okay, apparently that's evidence. So he said to go to Hero's room, but what's waiting for me there? Okay. I have no need to go in there. So, yeah, I'm just gonna head to the dorms. Okay, Kyoko, Kyotaka, Mondo, Makoto, Sayaka, Byakuya, Junko, Toko, Chihiro, Celeste, Aoi, Sakura, Leon, Hiro. The door is unlocked? I guess I can go inside. Byakuya did say to go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm gonna take the plunge. This is Hero's room. There's all kinds of weird stuff in here. Where'd he even get it all from? More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? That's great logic. Oh, okay. Oh, he likes to play cards. I think there's something in the cardboard box. It's blueprints for something and some things made out of... It looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster? Is this Robo Justice? And it's in Hero's room. But wait, these blueprints. Something about them bothers me. This is entirely way too obvious that it would be Hero. I refuse to believe that it's him. Because there's no way the game is going to be that obvious about things. See if there's anything in the bathroom. I soundlessly checked the bathroom. There's nothing in here. It's pretty grungy, though. How does a bathroom even get this dirty? Was that really all there was in here? I guess.
Makoto! Big news! Big news!
What's wrong?
We found Kyoko!
What? Is she okay? Where is she?
Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too!
Robo Justice?
It's Hero wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyway, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor.
To think Hero and Kyoko would turn up at the same time. Anyway, I have to head to the pool. I ran off to the second floor as fast as I could. Okay.
Kyoko and...
I mean...
Phew. Man, have I had the worst day. Hero? Hero?
Huh? Oh, hey, Makoto.
Yeah, duh. Who else would I be? That's a good question. Huh? What? Why do I look like this? Did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was it the Illuminati? What the heck?
Right.
I found Hero. He was jammed into the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean.
I still can't believe you kicked me. You could have been a little more gentle about it. Like, I don't know, caress my face or something.
What?
That's creepy.
Anyway, Kyoko, where have you been all this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Well,
There was something I had to check up on.
What do you mean?
Never mind.
I can't never mind.
it's nothing.
Never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, she says that, but does she have any idea? Does she know people might think she might be spying for the mastermind?
and?
First of all, Hero, you need to explain to us why you're dressed like that.
I mean...
Oh, well, I mean, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, don't even know that how that happened. Then I woke up, and then I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me just to look at you.
Huh?
Well,
Let me out of here!
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help.
Why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself?
You got it all wrong!
I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing.
It would seem...
There's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have a choice. Let's help him.
It took everyone's help, but slowly we were able to get Hero out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all the pieces off. Phew, free at last.
Isn't it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hero?
So then,
More to the point, nobody but Hero would be able to wear that costume.
Wait, what? Oh, hold on a second.
honestly,
Don't bother trying to act innocent. The blueprints were in your room as well.
is that okay?
In other words, it is obvious to everyone that you made this costume.
That's true. I saw the blueprints myself.
Yeah, me too.
Could it be...
And it's obvious. The one who put this costume on and went around attacking everyone
That's terrible!
was Hero! Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea! We wouldn't want him killing anyone else.
What? To tie me up? Oh, hold on, guys. I think that's going a little far.
That's right.
He may be a suspect, but he deserves fair treatment.
Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints? I have no idea what you guys are talking about.
What the heck?
You can't talk your way out of this.
It's been decided. You killed them.
What? Killed who? I have no idea what you're talking about. There must be a fake hero running around.
What are you saying?
You're the only one who can wear this costume. So who else could possibly be the costumed attacker?
What the heck? How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on for yourself before you convict me.
Okay.
Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a bit, Hina started putting on the Robo-Justice costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hero could have fit into this dumb costume.
In a huff, Hina took the suit back off again. Well, now you're all out of excuses.
No, see, it's 'cause you're a girl. If it was another guy, then...
Makoto, go ahead. Okay. Against my will, I picked up the pieces off the floor and tried putting them on. It's no good. The arms are too long. There's no way I can wear this.
Just a second.
See? I told you it was impossible! You're absolutely right. It seems this costume was made to fit Hero's body exactly.
But... then there's another costume. They must have one that looks the same, but fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on this line of defense, then show us some evidence.
What the heck? Evidence?
You claim there is another suit, yes? Then you must find it and show it to us.
What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? Hero's the only one without an alibi during the this whole thing anyway.
That's terrible.
Which is how we know it was him.
What? I mean, is that really true? I have no idea what's been happening. Could someone, like, tell me?
Well, she looks like she's lost in thought. I don't think she's in the mood to talk. Okay. Really a setup, huh? Might be.
What the heck? How am I supposed to understand? I think I figured out that someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it?
Well, 2 people were killed. Taka and Hifumi.
What? 2 people?
Just the worst.
Why are you freaking out? You did it!
Please. I did not! Huh?
Wait, hold on. If those 2 are the ones that were killed...
How about that? That's it! I know who did it!
So then...
You may as well tell us then.
Taka and Hifumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right? I'm at least 30%
Which means
right.
Alter Ego and Orchihiro must have done it. It's a computer program.
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate.
Please! Huh? Unfortunate?
What the heck?
Stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay?
I'm telling you, you got it all wrong. Oh, so I know. That note.
Note?
Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. But the last thing I remember is going to the rec room. Then for some reason I fell asleep. Hey. The real killer probably drugged me or something.
Just the worst.
Not a chance.
So...
No, hold on. He could be onto something. The nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that.
Huh?
Really?
I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me.
Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite every piece of bait that floats in front of you.
Well, after being trapped here so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? Yeah! They preyed on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me.
I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean!
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note.
With pleasure. I have it right here in my, pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it.
Yeah, sure.
Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly.
As I said before, if you want us to believe you, you must produce evidence. Can you show us the note? I have no particular issue with what you claim, but if you want us to believe you, give us a reason.
What the heck? For serious.
Alright. Now then, shall we resume our investigation? There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do we need to keep investigating? We already know who did it.
What the heck?
Why? Why did you kill him? Tell us, hero.
No, it's like I said.
Just the worst.
Was that really to get the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be totally broken, that's why.
Wait, that's a false accusation. Someone help me.
What are you saying?
Just be thankful we haven't bound and gagged you.
If you have time to yell and carry on, you have time to search for your evidence, right? What? Ah, you're right. I need to look for the second suit in that note. Feet don't fail me now.
I guess I'd better get back to guard duty. I was gonna ask Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got into a fight, we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye.
One by one, everyone peeled away.
Makoto, do you have a second?
Huh?
I want you to help me with the investigation.
It would seem...
It looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground.
Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No.
To reject me so simply.
Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind, do you?
Okay.
shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey,
So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpses. Examine the corpses? I can't believe I'm hearing that from a girl the same age as me.
correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. They tell the truth far more easily than the living.
Hey,
Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer?
anyway,
Anyway, we have to hurry, before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay then, show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. Then I guess we should head that way for now. Watch, they're gonna be gone again. Okay. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
so then,
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka and, without hesitation, began poking and prodding their bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was actually made me feel a little more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did?
Hey,
You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? He did?
whew,
Are you so oblivious to the people around you? Do you dislike other people that much? No, that's not it. Anyway, so you said he had a watch?
so then,
Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It most likely broke when he had his encounter with his assailant. And if you notice, the hands are frozen at just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
that's right.
But last night, Taka's watch definitely wasn't broken.
Hey, you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that? Bedtime for all the little boys and girls!
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. Meaning it must have happened at 6 this morning. Okay.
however,
And that's not all. Look at Taka's left hand. He appears to be gripping something. You're right. There's something white in there. His own letter.
Makoto,
Can you try and pry it out? Me?
because
Rigor mortis is already set in. Boys are better suited to this kind of manual labor, right? Okay. As much as I didn't want to, I grasped Taka's cold hand. The ice-cold hand was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was finally able to free the object from his tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
hey,
Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. Just a little scrap of paper. Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does it?
is that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko then turned to Hifumi's body.
So then,
Let's check Hifumi's body now. Perhaps he's left us a few clues of his own. Okay. So, did you find anything?
indeed.
I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper?
That's right.
Hifumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He'd stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he'd hidden it on purpose, you see. In his pants? Wait, so you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means.
Hey,
Anyway, let's take a look at the paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. When I think of how it was stuffed down his pants, it's like... It better be important, Hifumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. A note? I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
so...
That sounds very familiar. That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. Then he was telling the truth.
However,
Although, it's not exactly the same, is it? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. Okay. The time is different. Hiro told us that his note said to meet at 1 a.m. But the note they wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet at 6.
is that right?
Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was meant for him. Huh?
So...
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely some meaning there. There's some meaning to part of it being ripped? Could you maybe explain it a little more? Think carefully.
Hey,
Why would he have been clutching that scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
so then,
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper when he was holding it? What if it was something more important? And how would something important like that become a mere scrap of paper? That's what you need to answer. Okay.
hey,
And while we're at it, I should tell you one other thing. The two victims this time definitely had their e-handbooks on them, so the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there was any reason to think they were connected to the killings in the first place. So you're saying I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
is that right?
If you didn't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All I said was that they weren't used to help carry out the murders. There may come a point, however, where a handbook may play a role. A handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. How does she know all of this stuff? How does she know what exactly is going on, even though she hasn't experienced the murders? That's it, she has to be a plant. But if Kyoko thinks it's important, I'd better keep it in mind. Okay. Okay, looks like it's class trial time.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin! Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot. Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon!
It would seem...
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You'll have to figure out the rest for yourself and come to the proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we'd better get going. Okay. Here we are. It's time. This video ran a little bit long, but I think I'm going to end this video here, since we're about to start the class trial. I literally have no information on who it might be. I mean, Hero seems like a dead giveaway, but there's evidence that he might have been set up, because he seems absolutely adamant that he had nothing to do with it. And Kyoko was missing too, but she had an alibi. Well, some kind of alibi. And there were blood packets in the nurse's office, which, kind of tells me something. But it wasn't counted as evidence. Oh well, we'll see what's going on in the next video. So, well, next couple of videos, I guess I should say, because those class trials end up being long in the tooth. Yeah. So, with that said, this has been Mr. Bacon Bits with Danganronpa. Stay safe, happy, and healthy. And I will see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.